guys, welcome back to my channel. Happy 2017. Feeling really excited about this year, and I thought I would start it off with a foundation review. Unfortunately, this isn't like a really new foundation, but I've been wanting to try it for a while and it's so expensive. I feel like a lot of you are with me when you're just like, and you keep putting it off forever. Well, today is finally the day, and I'm talking about the Hourglass Stick Foundation. This is the Vanish Foundation Seamless Finish Foundation Stick from Hourglass. It comes in packaging like this, and it's kind of just like a brown metallic stick. So the way I do first impressions, I'm gonna give you guys a little bit of the info, price point, the amount of product, what it claims to do, and then I'm just gonna wear it all day and then come back for updates and then do like a final review at the end of this video. So if you want to see my thoughts on this foundation, please stay tuned. So they have a pretty big color selection. I would say they have at least 20 colors. The color I picked up is Shell. The description for Shell is that it's just a light shade with a neutral undertone. So Hourglass claims that this is medium to full coverage. It's good for every skin type, and its finish is 4 different finishes. It's satin, matte, radiant, and natural. It says it's a long-wearing foundation stick with the coverage of a concealer, fluidity of a liquid, and a weightlessness of powder for invisible full coverage. It says the foundation stick's concentrated formula is infused with double the amount of pigment than traditional foundations for instant full coverage in one application. Intense concentration of pigment allows for the fullest coverage while maintaining a weightless feel on the skin. So it's supposed to have tons of coverage but feel like nothing, and it's supposed to be seamless. That's a lot. Like, I feel like they're like, this is the foundation. It says formula is highly concentrated, only a small amount is needed. Start with less and blend, gradually add more as necessary. So you guys know that I don't really play with my foundation. When I'm wearing foundation, I'm like, it's either 0 to 100. So my makeup is gonna be fleeky and full glam, or it's gonna be like this. So we're gonna see what this is all about. First of all, I love stick foundations. The concept of them, the idea of everything in a stick is bomb to me. By the way, I think my biggest pet peeve with this already, it has 0.25 ounces of product. So it's a quarter the size of a regular foundation, and it retails for $46. To me, that is ridiculous. Like $46 for a foundation, that's why I waited so long to try this, just because I feel like that price point is crazy for such a small amount of foundation. But the hype is real about this one. I'm gonna give it a shot. I've already primed and moisturized my skin. I did exfoliate this morning, so I should have no dry patches. I did prime with Benefit Professional. I'm trying to set this up for success. I'm gonna start with a little bit, like it advises me to do, and then I will build it up as I see fit. So here, 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 and here. Does that look like a little bit to you guys? Because I don't know, hopefully it does. Okay, so I'm blending now, and it's going. The shade match looks pretty perfect, but it really does like melt into my skin very nicely. I mean, it looks good. If you're like a light coverage kind of girl, you might like really like that. But I just personally don't really like being able to see my skin underneath the foundation. Like, my skin's not that nice to wear light coverage foundations. I am a full coverage girl through and through. We're gonna keep going in. We're just gonna keep going, okay, you guys? And we're just gonna build and make this a realistic test. I mean, unless you don't wear a lot of foundation, you really concentrate on concealer to do it all for you. Maybe you'll like this. I just need more. That should be good. It really is blending out like super nicely though. I really like the finish of it. It just slides right across your skin. So I really like the finish. I would say it's a really natural finish, but I do have to say I have some dry patches around my nose. I just got back. I was just on a plane yesterday, the day before yesterday, on an international flight, so my skin's really not in the best condition. So I do have some dry patches even though I exfoliate and moisturize, and it's clinging to those just a little bit. So I would say if you have dry skin already, probably this foundation, unless you like maintain your dry skin really well, I would say this is definitely going to enhance those dry patches. So right now I'm actually pretty satisfied with it. The color is perfect for me. Usually I have a hard time getting my exact color, but this one really matches. The application was really easy. I did have to use a lot more than they advised. Like you guys saw, I kind of went heavy with it, but it doesn't feel like I'm wearing any foundation at all. It doesn't feel like wet or anything. It feels like it's set pretty quickly, but that setting process didn't feel like my skin was tightening. It didn't feel wet. It didn't feel like I needed to give it time to set. It just feels like I have nothing on my skin at all. I'm gonna have to go in with some concealer to get these red acne spots down here. I wouldn't say this is completely full coverage to me, but I would say this is a solid medium if you do use enough of it. I'm gonna go in with concealer on my spots and give me a full coverage effect. Okay, so this is my finished base. I'm gonna zoom you guys in so you can see the texture and what the foundation looks like on my skin. Okay, so far, pretty good. I like it. I don't know if it's $46 like, but so far I like it. I'm gonna go ahead and do the rest of my makeup and then I will be back. Okay, you guys, so I'm done with my makeup and I have a few things to say. First of all, I feel like any of the powder that I put on, like I set my under eyes with powder, I feel like everything's really like sinking into my skin. And I don't know whether I like that or not because I feel like I'm about to already start being greasy, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm an oily girl. But on the other hand, I do really like it. I think my skin looks really fresh. Like it does not look cakey at all. I look like one of those Instagram people who just like always have like the flawless skin and never get cakey. I tend to use a lot of powder and powder equals cakey. But with this, I feel like my skin is really glowing. It's really fresh. I feel like it's very like spring-like, like runway almost, because it just looks like flawless. And I don't know, I'm looking at myself in my viewfinder and it just looks really fresh. Fresh is like the only way I can describe it. Hopefully my skin stays at this level and doesn't start to get excessively oily, because I can just feel, I just have a feeling that a whole bunch of oil is gonna come through right here. It is 1:36, kind of a late start today, but we have dinner plans, so I should be wearing it the whole evening. No lip color yet because I'm about to go eat some dip. So I'll give you a checkup in a couple of hours. Okay, you guys, so it's about an hour and a half later and my skin is still looking nice and luminous. No oil has broken through yet, and I'm just like really loving how it looks. I feel like it doesn't look cakey at all. My skin looks really smooth. It looks very seamless like the foundation promised. I don't know, I'm just like really enjoying it so far. Okay, you guys, so it's 4 hours in and this is what the foundation still looks like. I just ate, so my lipstick is coming off a little bit. But honestly, it still looks really nice. I'm really liking it. It hasn't oxidized like at all. So I think that technology thing that they said in the description was really spot on. I'm really liking it so far. No oil breakthrough really either, so thumbs up again. Okay, you guys, so I'm back from my final review. It's around 10 p.m. and I'm here to give you my final thoughts on this foundation. Okay, so I've done no touch-ups at all, and you can see the oil break through really in just the center of my face. I can actually see the oil sitting on top of my skin. It does not look good at all. So there's a close-up of 8 hours-ish of wear of makeup. Nothing's really looking the best that it can, but you can just see the oil in my T-zone right here is kind of out of control, and on my forehead it's not cute at all. I feel like this foundation is very, it's like, I don't know if you guys could see that, but I literally am just wiping the foundation off right now and it's coming off on the back of my finger. So I'm not cool with that at all. Like my skin and my oil is literally like eating through this foundation. And I find this foundation like really difficult to review because in the earlier hours when I was wearing it and when I first applied it, I really liked it. I felt like my skin looked absolutely flawless. It went on so beautifully. I did have to layer up quite a lot of it to get it to as full coverage as I want it to be, but that's more of like a personal problem. If you don't want your foundation to be like completely flawless and you just want an everyday quick application, then I think you will really like this. I could see it, even though it's expensive, I could see it being really nice for just like everyday light, pretty makeup. But for like heavy glam that's gonna last you all day long and it's gonna be foolproof, this foundation personally isn't my favorite, but I'm definitely gonna give it another shot. Maybe I can bake underneath my eyes and in my T-zone to kind of make it really foolproof, oil free. But yeah, you guys, I definitely think it's a nice contender. If you have oily skin and you're looking for something to stay absolutely all day long, I would say this is not the one for you. But if you have normal skin, I definitely say it's worth a try. So yeah, those are my thoughts. So I like it. I know it's not for all day wear, but I think it's one that I can kind of try and like bend my routine around to kind of go in its favor, because there is something that I really liked about the initial application and how it wore for a couple of hours. So just because I can't wear it all day long doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad foundation. But yeah, those are just my thoughts as of right now. If I have anything else by the time that I post this video, I will leave them down in the comments. So yes, you guys, thank you for watching this video. I appreciate all your love and support, and I will see you next time. Bye.
Oh my Lord.
I know. They're like biscuit cans, you know, like when a biscuit can is opened.